people have been capturing another spectacle the volcanic ash itself is creating: lightning in the eruption cloud. But this phenomenon is actually pretty common, especially when it comes to eruptions with a lot of ash, like the one happening in the Philippines.
When an eruption is explosive, it basically produces a lot of volcanic ash, which is tiny particles of shattered rock. So it's not like ash from a campfire, it's sort of like sand. So when the particles collide, they can build up different charges between particles or in different parts of the cloud. And this is similar to what happens in a thunderstorm.
If the volcano is surrounded by water, this can create a much more explosive eruption, and this is more likely to produce lightning.
Eruption.
In a single explosion, it persisted, the sky darkening with each successive burst of volcanic material. The Plinian phase was relentless, the column of ash reaching the stratosphere, where winds carried the fine particles across continents. Across the Mediterranean, people awoke to find their cities coated in a thin layer of ash, the air thick with a sulfuric haze. With each eruption pulse, violent shock waves rippled outwards, breaking windows tens to hundreds of kilometres away. The unrelenting roar of the volcano was deafening, and volcanic bombs, glowing chunks of molten rock, fell like meteorites, setting the land ablaze. Slides and cliff collapses sent plumes of dust and debris into the churning sea. It became evident that the island was on the brink of an irreversible transformation. The island could no longer hold back the fury below. As the eruption continued, vast amounts of magma were ejected, leaving behind a void beneath the surface. Over the following days, the weakened structure of the island could no longer support itself. Then, as if the Earth itself could bear no more, a final thunderous detonation signalled the collapse. With a deafening roar, the entire centre of Santorini collapsed inward. The sea rushed in, consuming what was left of the land, creating a massive vacuum that sent shockwaves through the region. The water boiled violently upon contact with the still molten rock, sending up towering columns of steam that mixed with the already darkened sky. Entire sections of the island crumbled into the abyss, leaving behind a vast, sunken caldera where a thriving landscape once stood, triggering one of the most violent geological events in recorded history. The ancient magma chamber, now empty, gave way in an instant, swallowing towns and villages as the caldera caved in. This triggered the most violent pyroclastic flows yet, immense walls of superheated gas and ash moving faster than a jet plane, obliterating everything in their path. Nowhere on Santorini was safe. Those who had survived the first phase had only seconds to react before the end enclosed around them. As the caldera collapsed, a massive vacuum was created, causing the surrounding seawater to rush inward with immense force. This sudden displacement triggered a titanic tsunami that raced outward in all directions.
Mauna Loa is one of 5 volcanoes that form the island of Hawaiian, the U.S. state of Hawaii, in the Pacific Ocean. The largest subaerial volcano in both mass and volume, Mauna Loa has historically been considered the largest volcano on Earth. It is an active shield volcano with relatively gentle slopes, although its peak is about 125 feet, 38 meters, lower than that of its neighbor, Mauna Kea. At 1 million to 600,000 years of age, Mauna Loa is the second youngest of the 5 volcanoes on the island. The oldest volcano on the island, Kohala, is more than 1 million years old, and Kilauea, the youngest, is believed to be between 210,000 and 280,000 years of age. Mauna Loa